Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for the webinar today, titled The Innovative Feed Act, a new regulatory pathway for novel animal feed ingredients. This webinar will be hosted by my colleague, Leo Schilling, Senior Scientific Services Manager of Eurofins SF Analytical Laboratories.
I'm very excited today to talk about the Innovative Feed Act. So I really appreciate joining today's presentation. Save some bandwidth here and pull off my camera, but we're going to be talking about the Feed Act, and in this presentation I'll explain what product classifications are included, what this means for new product development, and I'll also discuss the changes in the regulatory pathway for product approval and how these changes will benefit product innovators and developers. But before we get started, I just want to inform you that the views and opinions expressed or implied in this presentation are mine, and they may not accurately reflect those of Eurofins, industry partners, or the regulatory agencies mentioned in today's discussion. Please keep in mind that the presentation also covers a wide variety of the agriculture industries, and the presentation is intended to provide industry stakeholders that may be up or downstream of a process, just with some insight or consideration for other aspects of the product lifecycle. So just jumping in today with our agenda, we have 5 sections for you. Just going to start with just some background on understanding what's included in the Innovative Feed Act. The Innovative Feed Act is the Innovative Feed and Enhancement and Economic Development Act of 2023. It's proposed legislation that seeks to revolutionize the regulatory framework for novel animal feed ingredients. This act is an amendment to the Federal Food and Drug and Cosmetic Act, introducing a new pathway for the approval of zootechnical animal food substances. Those are otherwise known as ZAFS. The act aims to foster economic development and promote innovation in the animal feed industry through the implementation of a more streamlined and efficient regulatory process that is also consistent. By providing a clear framework for the developers and for approval process and labeling of novel feed ingredients, the Act aims to enhance the animal health, ensure human food safety, and drive economic growth in the agriculture sector. And just to bring home some important points here, just to establish a basis for your understanding, the animal food industry manufacturers directly contribute billions of dollars in added value, labor income, and output to the economy, along with thousands of jobs. Nearly 98.4 billion in added value, including 55 billion in salaries and employee benefits for roughly 760,000 employees. And this market is growing, and in fact, it's due to the global trade policy landscape, there are disease threats that impact animal or human public health, supply chain struggles, and increased pet ownership. The industry needs food animal additives to support consumer demand for pet health and longevity, animal productivity, and sustainable environmental considerations. The main purpose behind the Innovative Feed Act is to address these challenges faced by animal feed industry in bringing novel feed ingredients to market. Currently, non-nutritive animal food substances are regulated as drugs under the FDA and Cosmetic Act. This classification has led to a lengthy and complicated approval process, hindering the innovation and economic growth of the industry. The Feed Act aims to challenge this by establishing a separate regulatory pathway for the approval of ZAFS, treating them as additives rather than drugs. And this shift in classification will streamline the approval process, allowing for faster and more efficient development of new animal feed ingredients. The benefits of these new products that will fall into in this category will contribute to the overall animal health wellness, and will also aiming to influence positive environmental changes. The regulatory pathway outlined in the Innovative Feed Act introduces several key changes to the approval process for novel feed ingredients. Under the current system, non-nutritive animal food substances are subject to the same rigorous testing and evaluation processes as pharmaceutical drugs. This process involves extensive clinical trials and safety studies, which can be time-consuming and very costly. The Innovative Feed Act proposes a more streamlined approach, focusing on the safety and efficacy evaluation of these ingredients as additives rather than drugs. The shift in perspective aims to speed up the approval process and encourage innovation in the animal feed industry. So the purpose of the FEED Act is to foster, economic development and promote innovation and ensure the safety and efficacy of novel animal feed ingredients. By introducing a new regulatory pathway that aims to streamline the approval process for zootechnical animal food substances, or ZAFS, will allow for faster development and commercialization of these products. Additionally, the Act aims to ensure human food safety by establishing clear regulations and standards for the evaluation and labeling of these new products. So just kind of going through the key provisions and regulations that are outlined. It's a short read, but mainly focused on these three areas. The labeling requirements requires better transparency. The Act proposes changes to labeling requirements for animal feed products containing ZAFS to improve this transparency and provide consumers with accurate information about the novel ingredients that are used. Efficacy studies would be required, and the Innovative Feed Act emphasizes the importance of conducting the efficacy and safety studies to demonstrate the effectiveness of these new products. The studies will be crucial in establishing the safety and benefits of the ingredients before they can be approved for commercial use. The Act also requires or specifies that reports should be submitted detailing the safety and efficacy and the impact of the animal feed ingredients on the animal health and human food safety. Just moving into the next section here, we're just going to be talking about the shift from drugs to animal feed additives. The Innovative Feed Act makes significant shift in the regulation of non-nutritive food substances. Previously, these substances were categorized as animal drugs under the FDA Food and Cosmetic Act. However, the Feed Act introduces a new approach by classifying them as food additives. This shift recognizes their unique nature of these substances and aims to provide a more appropriate regulatory pathway for their approval by treating them as additives. The Feed Act streamlines the evaluation process and promotes innovation. So the current scenario, under the current regulatory framework, non-nutritive food substances are classified as animal drugs. This means that they're subject to the same rigorous approval process as pharmaceutical drugs intended for animal use. The evaluation of these substances involves extensive safety and efficacy testing, as well as compliance with labeling requirements and reporting obligations. While this approach ensures a high level of scrutiny, this can also create barriers to innovation and slow down the introduction of new feed ingredients. The Innovative Feed Act seeks to address these challenges by providing a more appropriate regulatory pathway that recognizes these unique characteristics of non-nutritive food animal substances. The Feed Act proposes changes in the categorization of non-nutritive animal food substances from drugs to additives. This change recognizes that these substances are primarily intended to enhance the nutritional value or performance of animal feed rather than treat or prevent diseases. By classifying them as additives, the Innovative Feed Act aims to provide a more streamlined and efficient regulatory pathway for their approval. And this change is expected to promote innovation in the animal feed industry by reducing the regulatory barriers and encouraging the development of novel feed ingredients. It will also facilitate the introduction of new technologies and scientific advancements in the field of animal nutrition. The role of the FDA is crucial in the regulation of animal feed ingredients in the United States. The FDA is responsible for ensuring the safety and efficacy of these ingredients and enforcing compliance with labeling requirements and reporting obligations. Under the current regulatory framework, non-nutritive feed substances are classified as animal drugs and are subject to thorough evaluation by the FDA. The agency assesses the safety of these substances through extensive testing, including studies on toxicology and metabolism and residue depletion. The FDA also evaluates the efficacy of animal feed ingredients to ensure that they deliver the intended benefits. With the introduction of the Innovative Feed Act, the FDA's role in regulating animal feed ingredients will still involve careful evaluation of these petitions, but they will evolve to accommodate a new regulatory pathway for non-nutritive food animal substances. The Innovative Feed Act does introduce a new pathway, potentially for novel ingredients that's different from the drug approval process. Under the current framework, as I mentioned, the non-nutritive substances are classified as drugs. However, in contrast, the Feed Act will recognize their unique nature and allow this efficient assessment of their safety and efficacy, promoting innovation. And while the Feed Act maintains a rigorous standards for the approval of the novel products, it produces a more tailored approach that balances the need for safety with potential benefits of innovation. All right, so just moving on to the next section today, just going to be talking about the implications on animal health and human food safety. So the Innovative Feed Act brings significant implications for both animal health and human food safety. By streamlining this regulatory process for novel feed ingredients, the Act promotes the development and use of innovative solutions that can enhance animal nutrition. This in turn can lead to overall improved health and well-being of livestock and other animals. Additionally, the Innovative Feed Act ensures that the safety of these ingredients is thoroughly evaluated to prevent any potential risks to human consumers. And by providing this regulatory framework that balances innovation and safety, the Innovative Feed Act aims to foster advancements in animal nutrition while maintaining high standards for human food safety. The Innovative Feed Act seeks to enhance animal health through the development and use of novel feed ingredients, as I've mentioned a few times now, by providing this regulatory pathway specifically designed for non-nutritive feed substances. The Act encourages innovation of animal nutrition. This innovation can lead to discovery of new ingredients that offer improved nutritional value and promote better growth and development and support overall health and well-being of livestock and other animals. By facilitating the approval and use of these novel ingredients, the Feed Act aims to contribute to the advancement of animal health and the overall productivity and sustainability of the animal agriculture industry. While the primary focus of the Innovative Feed Act is on enhancing animal health and through the novel ingredients, it also indirectly contributes to ensuring human food safety. By establishing a clear regulatory pathway and rigorous evaluation process for these ingredients, the Act aims to prevent the introduction of potentially harmful substances into the food supply chain. The safety evaluations conducted under the Innovative Feed Act assesses factors such as toxicology, metabolism, and residue depletion to ensure that their approved feed ingredients do not pose risk to human consumers. The Feed Act supports the production of safe and wholesome food products for human consumption by maintaining high standards for the new products developed under this category. We're coming in close to the nuts and bolts here. So we're just going to be talking next about zootechnical animal food substances. So this category of ingredients that plays a crucial role in livestock nutrition and performance, in upcoming feed formulas. These substances are designed to enhance the zootechnical characteristics of animal feed, including growth, reproduction, and feed efficiency. The Innovative Feed Act recognizes the importance of ZAFS by providing a regulatory framework specific to these substances. This framework ensures that the safety and efficacy of ZAFS are thoroughly evaluated before they are approved by the FDA for use in animal feed. By promoting the development and safe use of effective ZAFS, the Innovative Feed Act aims to support the overall productivity and sustainability of the livestock industry. So just sort of briefly giving kind of the characteristics of ZAFS. They are non-nutritive. They should act solely within the animal's gastrointestinal tract. They would affect the byproducts of the digestive process. They could reduce the presence of foodborne pathogens used in food animals. They could affect the structure or function of the body of the animal, altering the gastrointestinal microbiome. So there's some very specific outlines, details that are defined by the Innovative Feed Act. So just going to go through some examples of ZAFS now, just to sort of give you a framework of what to expect on the horizon. Digestibility enhancers are a type of zootechnical animal food substance that improve the digestibility of food and nutrient utilization in animals. These substances are typically enzymes, but they could also include emulsifiers and other additives that can increase the availability of essential nutrients to the animal's body, which promotes better growth and overall health and feed conversion. Enzymes and probiotics are examples of feed ingredients that play a crucial role in animal nutrition. Enzymes break down those complex nutrients, making them more available for animals. Probiotics, on the other hand, are beneficial bacteria that can support gut health and improve nutrient absorption. These substances have been used widely in animal feed to enhance digestivity and overall efficiency of animal performance. In the EU, the category under the category Zootechnical additives, under the subgroup of gut flora stabilizers, microorganisms and other chemically defined substances which are fed to animals have a positive effect on the gut flora, and this would include probiotic bacteria as well as yeast. Gut flora stabilizers are a type of ZAF that help maintain a healthy balance of microorganisms in the animal's digestive system. These substances support the development and stability of beneficial bacteria in the gut, which in turn can improve nutrient absorption, immune function, and overall gut health. So by promoting the use of safe and effective gut floral stabilizers, the Innovative Feed Act supports the development of these products aiming to support optimal gut health. The Innovative Feed Act also acknowledges the importance of, indirectly, the importance of feed ingredients that have a positive effect on the environment by allowing those substances that are non-nutritive that have an effect in the gut microbiome. So certain substances, including those that reduce greenhouse gas emissions or improve nutrient utilization or feed conversion, can contribute to more sustainable animal agriculture processes. These substances can help minimize the environmental impact of livestock production and promote the efficient use of resources. And the Innovative Feed Act promotes a regulatory framework for these environmentally beneficial substances, ensuring that they get more rigorous safety and efficacy standards. And by allowing the streamlined regulatory pathway, the Innovative Feed Act supports the adoption of sustainable practices in the animal feed industry and supports the overall goal of environmental stewardship. Just wrapping up today with, it's very important, obviously, to stay in tune with the regulatory changes and how this is going to affect your quality unit and your leadership and your R&D department. So a lot to consider here on the regulatory side. So the implementation of the Innovative Feed Act brings a regulatory spotlight on various aspects of animal feed ingredients. Key areas of focus include changes impacting labeling requirements, as I mentioned, efficacy studies, and reports. The Act introduces revisions to labeling requirements to ensure transparency and accurate information to consumers. It also emphasizes the importance of conducting efficacy studies to demonstrate the benefits and effectiveness of the novel feed ingredients. So in preparation for how the Innovative Feed Act will be changing how animal food ingredients are regulated, the FDA CBM has made a big move by getting rid of, I don't want to say getting rid of, we'll get to that, by temporarily putting a hold on a 1998 regulation manual. So this change will impact US farmers and ranchers in positive ways, but there are some considerations. The FDA's statement to industry explained that in an effort to facilitate animal and veterinary product advancement and to encourage the development of safe, novel products for unmet human and animal needs, the FDA's Center for Veterinary Medicine intends to withdraw Policy and Procedures Manual 1240.3605, regulating animal foods with drug claims. Though the Innovative Feed Act is new, the FDA is working with Congress to seek new legislative authority for a clear regulatory pathway. These efforts align with the FDA's Animal and Veterinary Innovation Agenda, released on September 15th of 2023, which you should check out if you're not familiar. It outlines the FDA's current and intended actions to foster novel animal and veterinary product development and implement smart risk-based approaches to regulating these modern products. So just kind of reviewing these changes, first focusing here on the labeling requirements. The Innovative Feed Act introduces changes to labeling requirements, pretty much allowing the consumer to have improved transparency into what's in the product itself, not allowing terms like proprietary blend, which would allow substitution of potentially alternative ingredients in a formula, potentially ones that an animal could be allergic to, for example. So this transparency allows the consumers to be a little bit more aware of what's in those products. The Act emphasizes the importance of clear and concise labeling that accurately reflects the nature of the purpose of the feed ingredient. It also requires the disclosure of any potentially risky or limitations associated with the use of the ingredient. Additionally, the Act mandates the inclusion of information on the safety and efficacy evaluations conducted. And just a little bit about the efficacy studies. The Innovative Feed Act does place a strong emphasis on the importance of conducting efficacy studies for novel feed ingredients. Efficacy studies are designed to evaluate the benefits and effectiveness of these ingredients in promoting animal health, growth, and performance. The Innovative Feed Act requires manufacturers of novel feed ingredients to provide robust scientific evidence to support their claims. This evidence is obtained through rigorous testing and evaluation, including controlled trials and comparative studies. By mandating the conduct of efficacy studies, the Feed Act ensures the benefits of novel feed ingredients are scientifically validated and substantiated. This promotes consumer confidence in the industry and helps prevent misleading or unsupported claims about the effectiveness of these ingredients. Finally, wrapping it up today with reports. So under the Innovative Feed Act, like with drug compounds, these comprehensive reports are essential components of the regulatory framework. These reports provide crucial information on the safety and efficacy of the ingredients, ensuring transparency and accountability. The reports include details on the evaluation process, including the methods used, the data collected, and the conclusions that were drawn. They also summarize the findings of the studies conducted to assess the safety and efficacy of the ingredients. Additionally, the reports may include information on any potential risks or limitations that are associated with that ingredient. So by providing access to this information, the Feed Act promotes informed decision-making and facilitates the evaluation of the safety and effectiveness of these novel feed ingredients. So in summary, the bill is bipartisan. It aims to update the FDA's process to streamline the approval process for livestock feed additives and improve health and wellness for your pets. And the Innovative Feed Enhancement and Economic Development Act has passed both in the House and has been sent to the President. There's some details here that you can read through on your own. We will send out a little follow-up summary of the presentation within a couple of days here, but you can go through this and contact us if you have any questions. I also have some links to some additional information in a couple of places here in the presentation. So if you are interested in finding out more details on the current progress of that, you can click that for more information. Finally, I'd like to thank you again for joining. Appreciate you taking the busy time out of your day to come and consider these issues with us. And at this time, if you all have any questions, I can take those for you.
All right, thank you so much for your presentation, Leo. We have had a few questions that have been submitted, so I'll go ahead and kick that off. So it looks like the first one that has come in here is asking, how can consumers ensure that animal products from animals fed with novel ingredients are safe for consumption?
Well, to ensure the safety of those products, it's really important to look at the labels. So that's really one of the most important outcomes of these changes is making these appropriate adjustments to the labels that are going to be indicating the safety and quality of those products. And researching the safety and efficacy of specific novel ingredients before purchasing animal products is also very important. Purchasing from reputable sources that prioritize animal welfare and safety is also crucial. There are some counterfeit products out there. So just doing a little research and making sure that those products are purchased from a reputable supplier are good choices.
Great, thanks for that, Leo. The next question that has come in is, what types of novel ingredients could potentially be approved under the Feed Act?
Ooh. That's a great question, and that's a big category. I was a little hesitant to nail down classifications, but under the Feed Act, there are novel ingredients that could potentially be included, like insect protein, algae-based products, single-cell proteins. These are alternative feed sources that offer more sustainable options compared to sort of traditional feed and protein sources, for example. and there are other products, that can be added to just improve feed conversion and bioavailability. And just the streamlined process that's being defined by the Innovative Feed Act will make it easier for companies to bring these innovative feed ingredients to the market. So that would be definitely an upside to making this change as opposed to having them regulated as drug products.
Great, thanks for that guidance. Okay, and then I think we'll probably do about 2 more questions here. So looking at the next one, how does the Feed Act impact the safety and efficacy evaluation of new animal feed ingredients?
Well, with the new animal feed ingredients, as it was mentioned in the presentation a couple of times, the safety and efficacy studies are required to be documented and controlled. So the methods, so the experimental evaluation methods would have to be carefully documented in those reports. And those consolidated reports with all that information can be used for just informed decisions by the regulators and by the developers themselves to ensure that quality and safe products are being produced. I think that hits the. I may have gone a little tangent on that one. Amy, did I hit the question?
Yes, I think you did. Thank you. And then the last one here, how will the Feed Act impact the development and approval process of new animal feed ingredients?
So we talked about efficacy studies and reports and labeling, but I think at the end of the day, what it means to companies and developers, there's a consistent process. Before, when we didn't have the sort of middle classification, of non-nutritive but non-drug, everything was regulated as a drug, and so that could be kind of prohibitive for developers. But with this new pathway, there's a consistent path for approval, and that should be less prohibitive for companies investing in research and development activities and marketing activities for development of new products. So consistency is the answer. Improved consistency in that one will really help developers.
Great, thank you. Well, I think that will wrap it up today for our Q&A session. Again, thank you so much, Leo, for your expertise on this topic and the presentation. And thanks, everyone, for attending.
Yes, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you coming in, and have a good afternoon. And please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if you want to scan the QR code. I'd be happy to connect with you anytime online or drop me a message by email. Thanks for attending today.
Thank you.